and his wife. We want privacy! We want privacy! Thanks for having us on the show.
It's so awesome to be here. It's great.
So let me start with you.
I mean, this is, I would argue, Harry and Meghan down to a T. And I think it's fair to say they're now an international laughingstock. Your views?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I really enjoyed it. It was South Park.
Can Harry and Meghan survive a mockery that has made them look ridiculous around virtually the whole world? Not least because that mockery was so accurate. I mean, I can't imagine they've got an ego big enough to bear that.
Oh my God, guess who's getting roasted again? Yup, Meghan and Harry. South Park is back, and they've gone straight for the jugular. The digs are brutal, the sarcasm is thick, and let's just say the royals did not walk away with their crowns intact.
With the royal family, you've had everything handed to you, but you say your life has been hard, and now you've written all about it in your new book, When.
Like, South Park didn't just return, okay? It came in like a wrecking ball. Not even a full minute into season 27, and bam, one savage scene and the internet exploded. People lost it. Twitter, Reddit, TikTok, absolute chaos.
Brilliant. I think it went back to sort of the golden age of South Park, and it sort of mercilessly skewered the pomposity.
Do not forget, the worldwide privacy tour last season was a total slaughter. Meghan and Harry's cartoon selves, loud, desperate, dripping in hypocrisy, and totally clueless. Meghan, allegedly furious. Harry, brooding in Montecito, muttering lawsuit threats. But did South Park buckle under the backlash? Please, they basked in it. Now they're back, and it's gloves off.
Yes, that's right, friend. You see, my wife and I are
Totally like you should write a book because your family like stupid and then so are like journalists.
So you hate journalists. That's right. And now you wrote a book that reports on the lives of the...
Here's the thing about South Park. They don't just throw a joke and move on. Oh no, they plant little seeds, innocent-looking moments that later bloom into full-scale annihilation. That blink-and-you-miss-it shot of the cartoon couple suspiciously resembling Meghan and Harry? Not random. Textbook South Park setup.
As you quite rightly say, and what they did, I think, really well in this episode is not just, expose how ridiculous it is.
We've seen this before. Tom Cruise, Kanye, the Church of Scientology, they all got the breadcrumb treatment before South Park went full beast mode. One weird little moment, then boom, full episode destruction. So when that couple appeared in season 27, longtime fans knew this was the opening act.
Minor grievances, but it's also to actually expose their hypocrisy. Just in the title, Worldwide Privacy Tour.
The online fan base went into detective mode. Are we getting a worldwide privacy tour sequel? Will Meghan and Harry be popping up all season like a running gag? Everyone's on edge waiting to see who they'll torch next.
So you're a journalist.
We just want to be normal people. All this attention is so hard.
Isn't it true, sir, that your questionable wife has her own TV show and hangs out with celebrities and does fashion
What makes South Park so dangerous is they know how to tease. A background hint here, a tiny visual jab there, and suddenly everyone's invested. Meghan and Harry's cartoon twins? They're now part of South Park lore, whether the real couple likes it or not.
Arriving in this quiet neighborhood of South Park where they begin bashing drums and setting off fireworks saying, "We demand our privacy." This has...
And what do creators Trey Parker and Matt Stone have to say about all this? Nothing. Absolute radio silence, which, honestly, makes it worse. That eerie quiet just fuels the flames. Fans are dying to know what's next, and Meghan and Harry? Probably hoping it all goes away. Spoiler, it won't.
If I was Harry and Meghan, I would be firing my PR company. Because, quite frankly, it was all so predictable what was going to happen to them. There's a golden rule.
If Meghan and Harry thought the teaser would blow over, they underestimated South Park fans. That little cartoon jab wasn't a throwaway. It was a shot across the bow. What's coming next could be even worse.
Stay out of the spotlight. And when you look at people like, Diana or Madonna, Jennifer Lopez...
And just when Meghan started teasing her big rosé launch, BAM. South Park drops that scene. You can't make this stuff up. It was like the most perfectly timed slap in the face. No, they didn't say the name of her wine, but they didn't have to. A cartoon lady sipping pink liquid while radiating ego? That was more than enough. Meghan's carefully polished rebrand, instantly under fire. Meghan's rosé was supposed to be her comeback. Chic, soft, elegant. Think sun-drenched vineyards, pastel aesthetics, and wellness buzzwords. It was supposed to scream rebrand, not ridicule. This drink wasn't just wine, it was a pivot. From royal drama, Netflix drama, and podcast flops to lifestyle queen. She was aiming for Gwyneth Paltrow vibes. But before the first cork even popped, South Park beat her to it. And fans? They ran with it. Memes exploded. Fake labels like empathy in a bottle were circulating faster than her real product. People joked the rosé had notes of narcissism and was perfect for a pity party. Within 24 hours, no one was talking about her real wine. They were quoting fake taglines, brutal. And Meghan? Probably horrified. She's obsessed with image. This wasn't just a meme moment, it was a branding disaster. The worst part? South Park didn't even have to go full scorched earth. They just planted the joke and sat back, knowing the internet would do the rest. Mission accomplished. Insiders say Meghan had big plans, wine collabs, influencer campaigns, boutique launches with luxe retailers. But instead, everyone's laughing at a cartoon and quoting, "now with extra delusion." Oof. And let's be honest, it's true. South Park nailed it. Meghan and Harry pay for PR, scream about privacy, and then launch public projects non-stop. They hate the media, but they crave the spotlight. It's the contradiction that just keeps giving. Inside Archwell? Chaos. Phones ringing mid-episode. Crisis mode activated. It wasn't press. It was panic. Their staff, who usually manage charity gigs and content plans, were suddenly doing image control. Again. And unlike Spotify or Netflix, South Park can't be edited. There's no script approval here. The Montecito bubble popped again. They've got lawyers on speed dial. They've sued before. But this time, South Park's satire is protected speech. It's legally untouchable. One entertainment lawyer put it bluntly, a lawsuit would be dead on arrival. Worse, it'd just give South Park more content. Imagine the chaos if they actually sent a cease and desist. South Park would just animate it. They've done it before. It's their whole brand. Meghan and Harry's best move? Probably doing absolutely nothing, which, let's face it, is not their strong suit. So while Meghan and Harry were scrambling South Park, just chilling, their lawyers sipping lattes somewhere knowing no lawsuit is ever gonna land. It's satire, babe. Totally bulletproof. And Meghan's team? Stuck in limbo, because if they fight back, they look humorless and uptight. But if they stay silent, they look weak. Either way, South Park wins. Again. And just when things looked like they might settle, boom, the internet gets another juicy bone to chew on. A supposed leak from inside South Park's animation studio starts surfacing. Oh yes, it got wild. It started small. Some sketchy cartoon images floating around Discord and Reddit, rough drawings, exaggerated features, cartoon Meghan gripping a wine bottle the size of her ego, Harry drowning in stacks of rejected Hollywood pitches. At first, fans thought, maybe fan art? Cute, right? But then came the game changer. A leaked storyboard marked Scene 14, Act 1. Watermarked, looking legit. Suddenly, people were like, wait, is this real? The internet lit up. Was South Park really working on a full episode called Glass Half Whiny? That title alone had people screaming. And South Park? Total silence. Again. Which only made it worse. Meghan's team was already struggling to save the wine launch. And now this? Another inferno to contain. Whether it was real or just wickedly timed fanfiction didn't matter. The damage was done. Meghan and Harry were once again the punchline. And this time, they couldn't control the narrative. Memes went wild. Mock trailers, fake commercials. It was open season on Meghan. The internet does not forget, and it definitely doesn't hold back. Even worse, Meghan and Harry said nothing. Not a tweet, not a press release, not even a vague Instagram story. Just silence. Which, in these kinds of firestorms, only makes it look worse. Harry? He was furious. Sources say he hated seeing himself dragged again, especially by Hollywood, the place he thought was his safe space. Oof. Remember, this is the guy who poured his soul into a book called Spare, a Netflix series, a podcast, all about reclaiming his voice. And now, he's a cartoon punchline sipping fake rosé in a pink sweater. Sources said Harry wanted to clap back. He was pushing for some kind of public response. Even just a statement like, "We're aware of the satire," or something. But Meghan's team? Hard number, don't feed the beast, they warned. And that right there? That tension between Harry wanting to fight and Meghan wanting to strategize is where you start to see the cracks. Because unlike royal scandals where Harry had palace staff shielding him, this time he had no buffer. Just him, his wife, and a tidal wave of ridicule. And let's talk about how they were being mocked. Meghan, called out as self-important and delusional. But Harry? The internet was brutal, dim-witted, spineless, clinging onto relevance. People said he went from royal soldier to Meghan's mascot. Clips of his cartoon self went viral. One frame had him literally standing behind her, carrying her bags. Fans were howling. Sources close to the couple say Harry was sulking. He felt sidelined, even by his own team. He told one friend, "They're laughing at me too." It's not just her. Devastating. Meanwhile, Meghan was putting on a brave face. Picture-perfect Instagram posts, carefully curated smiles. But friends said she'd become noticeably more guarded. Can you blame her? And here's the kicker. Hollywood stopped calling. You know how LA works. If you're hot, you're hot. But if you're trouble, if your name means drama, they don't tell you to go, they just stop inviting you. Suddenly, Meghan and Harry weren't must-haves at parties. Invitations dried up. RSVP lists got lost. Studios quietly pulled back. One streaming exec even said, "They're not fresh anymore, it's all noise now." That's brutal. Hollywood speak for they're too messy. Deals that were in the works vanished. Campaigns paused. A fashion house that was in talks with Meghan for a sustainability ad pulled the plug. Too risky, their team said. Even stylists started avoiding her. Ouch. And Meghan? Crushed. Not because she needed attention, but because she worked so hard to earn that spotlight. And now it was gone. The brand was cooling. The machine? Slowing down. Insiders say she started doubting herself. Harry kept telling her to step back, take a breather. But Meghan? She doesn't do pause. She does plan. But the real nightmare? It wasn't backlash, it was indifference. No one was rushing to defend them. No A-listers were tweeting support. The silence was loud. Even their new rosé, meant to be a chill, feminine pivot, was caught in the crossfire. Press weren't asking how it tasted, they were mocking the label. Empathy in a bottle. Notes of victimhood. Now with extra delusion. One major retailer even delayed stocking it, citing reputational concerns. Translation, they didn't want to be dragged into the meme fest. And the press? Forget it. Articles weren't just reviewing the wine, they were reviewing them. Spotify flops, Netflix fatigue, royal drama, and now this fizzled launch. It all painted one bleak picture. Still, Meghan tried to hold the line. Her posts were polished, her team still spinning, but the sparkle had faded. Even her friends weren't just friends anymore. They were PR handlers, putting out fires behind the scenes. One insider said, "It's like being friends with a brand, not a person." And Meghan? She started to feel it. The isolation, the shift. Harry, ever loyal, tried to keep spirits up, but the reality was setting in. Even their cute outings, picnics, charity photo ops, looked too staged, too perfect, too obvious. And all while this is happening, rumors of a second South Park episode. Fans are begging for it. Social media is buzzing with fake titles like "Respect Our Pregnancy." Even a delivery room twerking scene is being pitched by fans as a must-do parody. Wild. Paramount? Totally mum. But insiders? Whispering. There could be more Meghan and Harry chaos coming, and the fans are ready for it. Because here's the truth. South Park didn't just roast them. It shifted their entire image. From Hollywood darlings to cautionary tales, now people aren't asking if Meghan and Harry will fight back. They're asking if anyone still cares. And that's the most dangerous place for any celeb couple to be. Not hated, but ignored. So what's next? A redemption arc? A total rebrand? Or a quiet fade into Montecito sunsets? Only time will tell. But one thing's for sure. South Park lit the match, and Meghan and Harry, they're still stuck in the smoke.